Good afternoon, everyone. I know I am very late, but yeah, it was a day. It was a day today. So, had a bit of a rough night last night, sleep-wise, but I managed, I think, to get about 4 hours. But I slept in, so when I woke up, it was turn phone off time for the game changer, so I had to turn my phone off. And you know, that was fine. For breakfast, I basically just had a fruit cup and an energy drink, and that's all I really felt like eating this morning. Then after that, what did I do? I had a shower and did some more housework again, basically. Yep. Nothing particularly exciting. My friend did make some very good points about there being, you know, some shelters and free campsites in the area, but the problem is you need a car to get to a lot of them, which, if you don't have one, you know, how are you supposed to get there? Walk. And a lot of them are out of walking distance for me. I'd have to walk hours, days in some cases. So, you know, it's not very conceivable or practical, at least where I am, for some people. And also, the thing with shelters is they get full. Oh, but I will say, there is a soup kitchen, so in the main part of town. So if I walked half an hour, I could go to the soup kitchen, which is better than nothing. What else? Oh, she also brought up the idea of investing in water bottles, because with the water bottles, you might not have access to clean water. But for this challenge, obviously, there was access to clean water, and I only had so much room in my bag, so, yeah. That's why there was just my water bottle and tap water. What else? I woke up with a very sore neck today, which was not very nice, but it wasn't too bad once I got up and moving around. Anyway, once I got up and had breakfast and showered and stuff, I did some more housework, lugging the bag around. And that's a point that I forgot to make, which is, if you need to go to the bathroom or something, you might be all set up somewhere, but you have to pack everything up to go to the bathroom. And if you're having a bathroom emergency, you still have to quickly pack everything up and get to a bathroom, because if you just ran to a bathroom out in the real world, your stuff would probably get nicked. Let's be honest. I hate to say it, but people do that. So, that was a thought that I had. Also, another thought that I had today, particularly today, was about mental health, because I found that mine wasn't the best, and I think a lot of it is, number one, you're tired, because, you know, you're not in a comfortable bed, you're not in a comfortable place, yeah, you have to get up and move, such like and so forth. You're also physically sore, physically tired, because you're lugging your stuff around everywhere all the time. And it might not seem much at first, but after a while, it's hard. Yeah, you don't get a break. There is no break from having your stuff with you all the time. There is no break. Which, it's exhausting. It makes you physically sore, physically tired, as well as mentally sore, mentally tired, because you're constantly thinking, have I got all my stuff? Have I got everything? Have I forgotten anything? Where is my stuff? Can I see my stuff? There's that mentality of it. Which, isn't pleasant. Like, you can't relax, is what I'm saying. So mentally that's tiring. And then when I go shopping with my nephews, I put my shopping bags in a backpack so that I have my hands free. And I've noticed that if you have a backpack in shops, number one, people watch you. And watch you really, really closely, even if you do have kids with you. And especially if you don't. Number two, I've noticed that, particularly in grocery stores, they want to check in your bag. Whereas if I just have my handbag, they don't ask me about that. So it's interesting because, yeah, you automatically get more suspected, and if you weren't looking clean and tidy, it would be even worse. So there's that, that is, I don't blame the shops for that, but that's what happens, and that also is mentally tiring, because it's not nice being suspected or, watched. So, and it's not just, homeless people that experience that. So there's that problem, that issue, and some places won't even let you bring a backpack in. So there would be certain places that you couldn't go because you can't leave your stuff anywhere, can you? What else? Just about the mental health. There are so many factors that contribute to mental health, and some of the things that I've seen said on the internet about homeless people, I think, are unfair. Especially after having gone through these couple of days, because I haven't been able to do the kindness part of the game changers because I physically can't get to where I can buy a coffee, right? And that was especially hard today because I don't know, I just really could have used it, like just something nice to eat and a warm drink, because I haven't had either of those. Oh, well, I mean, the food I've eaten hasn't been bad, but you know what I mean? Just, yeah, that would have been nice. But I can see why homeless people really need that kindness, because not having it and having all those things going on, it brings you down, and it's depressing, to be honest. After a while, like, you can push through, you can do things to try and perk yourself up, but there's only so much you can do. Things grind on you after a while. So I can see how long-term homelessness could lead to a decline in mental health because of just all those factors constantly. And then the stigma as well, because there's this, it's like a catch-22, and there's this stigma with homeless people. Like, people assume they're going to buy alcohol and drugs and that they're mentally ill and yada yada yada, which is a load of baloney. And like just the other day on Facebook, someone was talking about how the poor shopkeepers have people parked out the front of their shop and have coffee cups and stuff. Well, what I would say to that is, I feel for the shop owners, like, I get it. You want to have a nice area out the front of your business. I get it. But the thing is, the reason that there are coffee cups and things around the homeless person is, do you know how hard it is to have to pack up all your stuff just to take all that to the garbage bin? Like, I was thinking about that today. I didn't even feel like having to pack all my stuff to take my lunch rubbish from what I've got in my bag to the garbage bin, which is not very far away from me at all, but it's far away enough that I would have to pack everything up and go. So I did it as little as possible. Of course, I put my rubbish in the bin, but you get the idea. You don't feel like getting up, and especially when you're not feeling great physically and mentally, you don't feel like doing those things. So I had a thought that even just saying to a homeless person, look, would you like me to take some rubbish to the bin for you? Or something like that. Like, that might be a nice thing to do. I don't know. But yeah, I hope I'm getting across what I'm trying to say. Homelessness is mentally draining as well as physically draining. And it doesn't help that people make assumptions, and it's like this vicious cycle that starts to happen, I think. And maybe a little bit more kindness would go a long way, as well as, they're not having to be homeless people at all. Like, it would be nice if there were places to go that weren't, horrible places to be. And yeah, yeah, it's all very interesting and very complicated, but yeah, I just have one day more. I can't wait to get back to my bed. But it makes me really feel for the people who don't have that to look forward to at the moment and don't know when they're gonna have a bed again. Like, yeah. Or a hot meal or any of that stuff. It's been quite an experience. I don't know. I think a lot of the lack of sleep hasn't helped, and yeah, and things, and it would have been, I think those little reprieves that kindness brings do a lot more than people think, and people shouldn't not do it just because they hear stories or whatever, you know. And as much as I can empathize and sympathize with shop owners, I also empathize and sympathize with the homeless. And I don't know. Maybe there could be a way to make things work. But the better idea is to have everyone in a home so that there aren't any homeless for the shop owners to complain about. Wouldn't that be nice? So, yeah, that's my rambling thoughts after a very long day. And just one more sleep and I'm done. Can't believe it. In some ways it hasn't been as bad as I thought, and some ways it has been worse than I thought. I can say that much. Yeah. So, but I would do it again. But next time I would use a smaller backpack and get a small biker swag and have that. And I would rather carry the swag than have the giant backpack on my back. I've decided it just is easier that way. That's my thoughts at the moment. But who knows? It depends. Well, we'll find out. Maybe if this is happening next year, I'd do it again. I don't mind. I won't lie. I'm glad that my stint is almost over, but I'm also glad I did it. I don't regret it at all. It's been, especially today, it's been very emotional, but very thought-provoking, and hopefully I haven't offended anyone with my ramblings or said anything wrong. Like I said, they're my rambling thoughts, and yeah. Anyway, I've had peanut butter and wraps other than my fruit cup today because that's all I've got left. Yeah, so that's what I'm having for my dinner, and I plan on having an early night, hopefully, on my lounge again. I haven't put my shelter back up because, yeah, this cough has still happening. So, and the weather's better today, but I just feel like this is the better option. Except for my poor neck. But hey, those are my final thoughts. Like, this has been a fantastic experience, a fantastic challenge. I know I ramble on a lot, so thank you for listening. And thank you for joining me, because I don't think I'll be saying anything more. Maybe tomorrow, when I get to go back to, normal life, I might do another little vlog about, being back in my bed and such like and so forth. But for now, I'm going to leave it at that. Alright. Thank you to Launch Housing for this idea and for this experience, because, yeah, it has been amazing and emotional and all the things. So, good work. But yes, day 3, signing out.